running out from his house, screaming at him and assaulting him physically. And he started to call 911, which is on the footage that you guys have access to, because he was in fear for his own life, right? Like, that's a true 911 call. The victim was calling 911, and the perpetrator's wife convinced him not to, because she has power in this neighborhood and prestige, and he doesn't, and they're used to trying to please these people. And so he was like, okay, and he's super nice and super non-confrontational, unlike this family. And so he didn't. To be nice, to be kind and accommodating, because they've been trying to fit in here for so long.
How long have they lived here?
3 years. They lived a couple miles up the road for 5 years, and they were allowed to live there because it's not beneath a certain property line in Barrington where people with, that don't look like me, they're not allowed down here. So once they moved past Chapa Pecasset, which is, there's apparently a Mason-Dixon line in this town, and you're just, or no, the wife convinced him not to call, and then he sat down and proceeded to witness his wife trying to calm Mrs. Palavi down, Dr. Ali, and all she was doing was coming out and saying to them, you can hear this on the video too, you can't speak to us this way, you can't call us this, we can't raise our children here. She's very reasonable, very rational, I've known her my entire life, but you can hear that from the video. And the response from this woman was, we're talking reasonably, you need to calm down.
Bring the charge.
My friend was talking reasonably. The victim's wife was talking reasonably. She was stating the fact, which is that you do not have the right to attack a person and yell racial epithets at them. That's not unreasonable. So the wife was saying, you're being unreasonable, we're being reasonable. That's crazy too. And then while they were doing that, the husband decided to weaponize the police against Mr. Palavi. And he made that conscious decision, not in any kind of fear. He decided to call them and bring them in, and he threatened that they were going to come and then they were going to have him deported. That's what he told them. They're going to send you back, which is one of the threats he likes to make against people who don't look like me. So, I mean, this was not about whose property it is. And in addition, the fact that I feel like the only reason why people are focusing on the fact that it was because there was a stake, right? It's a stake that represented where this family that's not welcome here, where their property ended. That's all it was. This family wasn't saying your property ends further back. They were just saying, we don't even want to see your stake. We're embarrassed that you have the house on the water. We're angry that we don't have it, that we have to ask you for permission to go to the beach, and we won't stand for it. And this stake is the last straw. And we will break the law and remove the stake several times without ever crossing the street to speak with you, without picking up the phone, without asking a question, which would never happen to a white person. If I lived in that house, he would have been over at my house. He would have said, come over for cocktails. Let's talk about that property marker. Can we take it down? It's just kind of tacky. But he didn't say that. Everybody knows you can't pull a property stake up.